Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Frank's Unsolicited Advice. And at first, I want to ask you to please forgive the way I sound right now. Probably sound a little congested. It's not feeling a little under the weather. So might as well take advantage of the time that I'm stuck in my house waiting for my COVID-19 test results to come back. Hopefully it's negative. And I decided to start recording. And I'm going to title this episode Opinions of Others. It's really more detailed than just opinion of others, but it's really the fact that why do we care what other people say or think? And what made me think about this and what made me come to want to talk about this and put my thoughts out there is the fact that at work, for example, we tend to look at those that want to say, oh, I'm not feeling well, I'm going to call the medical hotline and get put on quarantine at the house until my test results come back. But then what happens is when we get sick, we don't do that, right? We're like, oh, I don't want to be like that guy over there or that female that did that. Or I don't want to be the person that I don't want to look like I failed somebody, And that's what we look at. We say that we say that to ourselves, or we say that amongst each other, and we kind of look down on those people, right? We're like, oh no, that dude's just trying to get out of work. But we really don't look at it from the other aspect. Now it's us. Now the shoe's on our foot, and we're like, man, do I want to call medical? And this is my story. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I wasn't feeling well. I was Wednesday. I had duty. I'm on a boat. I felt drained. I felt tired. I was telling my boss, I was like, man, sir, I'm feeling tired. I didn't have anything else wrong with me. I just felt really tired. But it's hot. It's a little humid. The ship is not like we have an AC space, so it's one of those things you kind of brush off. So you drink water, you keep pushing. As the day progresses, the evening comes in, I feel like a little wheezing coming on. I'm coughing a little bit here and there, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, boom, hitting me. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm going to try to thug it out. But I don't want to be that guy on duty that calls the medical. I don't feel well, now they sending me home. Plus, I have a position in duty section, and I just didn't want to leave it on the next person to cover down. So I said, look, I told my boss that I woke up that morning, I wasn't feeling any better. So I let my boss and my supervisors know, hey, I'm not feeling well. So after duty section turnover, I'm going to go home. Because that's the policy. If you're not feeling well, don't come to work. That's what since COVID-19 took over, that's the policy. So I make sure I maintain my distance, have my mask on the whole time. I say bye to people. I come home, I drink a Theraflu, I go to bed, take a shower, hit the bed. When I woke up, I had body aches, chills, little stuffiness going on, no fever, nothing else, So I'm like, man, and I'm sitting here. This is me sitting here, convincing myself, debating with my inner self, should I call the hotline to get tested? And I'm sitting here and I'm going back and forth with that. Meanwhile, my wife is taking my son to the doctor in the emergency room because he's having an outbreak of something's wrong. So we're trying to get him checked out. I can't go with her because I'm not feeling well. And if you go to any military installation, if you're not feeling well and you say yes to any one of those questions they ask you, you get turned around until you get tested. So I stay home. But the whole time I'm sitting here and I'm battling this decision if I should call medical, and I'm a high risk person, so I should never be questioning whether or not I should call. I'm a high risk, so I should automatically call the minute I don't feel well. But I don't want to be that guy, I don't want to be that sailor. I don't want to be that chief that's trying to get out of work or whatever. So I'm like, man. So I talked to my supervisor, and he's like, well, you can either hold out and see if over the weekend you get better, or you can get tested. I said, well, I don't have a sore throat. I don't have certain of those. He says, well, not everybody has those and they're still positive. So you might want to get checked out. I said, all right, well, let me call. So I get tested this morning, right? But I'm not saying this for you guys to be like, oh, Frank got tested for COVID-19. I'm not saying that. The point that I'm trying to make and why I'm opening up is because, I actually was caring about what other people were going to say about me because I decided to call the hotline and get tested. Like, as if people's judgment is going to matter to me, and that's the problem that we have, is that we sometimes care about what other people are talking about and saying than what we need to be doing and taking care of ourselves and taking care of our family and doing what's best for us. I can't speak about any other job because this is all I've done for the last 23 years, but we tend to do that, right? We tend in the military to think that, oh man, if I take one day off, now I'm a skater. If I call the hotline, now I'm a malingerer. And in part because I'm guilty of it too. We clown those that constantly on the COVID-19 list. People that always have something wrong with them, that they managed to get 14 days off, another 14, now it's 28 days and they haven't been to work. And we're like, man, what the hell happened? I'm guilty of it. Like, oh, come on, bro. You were sick that whole time, really? But a lot of times it's not the senior leadership. It's not, it's the junior sailors. And then, I look back at when I was an airman and when I was at E nothing, and I'm like, man, I probably would have did the same thing. You're telling me you don't have to go to medical and I can get 3 days off because I don't feel well. So yeah, of course these sailors are going to take advantage, or people are going to take advantage of that, because not everybody has the same care or pride in what they do. So I was sitting here and I was thinking about that, and that's what made me want to talk about it. Right? Is that right there? It's like, why was I worried about it? I'm a high risk person. What if I do have it and I end up getting put up in a hospital or something? Do you think my parents, my wife, my kids are going to care about what anybody else had to say? They're going to be more mad at me because I didn't go to the doctor sooner to get checked out. But that's just how we've been built. That's how we're brought up. It's, you go to work, you do what you got to do. You don't tap out. You don't take care of yourself like that, because we worry too much about what other people are going to say and how they're going to look at us and how it's going to be impacted on us and our careers, because we decided to take and go get checked out, But people, and I'm here to tell you, forget that. If you could look in the mirror and say, look, I'm not one of those people that's constantly taking time off because for whatever, man, take care of yourself. Because when you're sick, nobody is going to be like, the people that you think care don't care, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm speaking from experience, okay? I've had several procedures happen to me, like surgeries, and been in the hospital and had the support of the people that mattered. Not just my family, but coworkers that mattered. Those people are the people I should have thought about when I'm not feeling well. But the ones that didn't matter, they weren't there. Who cares? You think people were calling my mom up while I'm laid up in the hospital with tubes in me? Hey, the only people that called my mother up and asked her if she was okay was people that cared. Like true friends and true co-workers and true people that matter in your life, that give a damn about how you are feeling. Other people, so what? They're going to talk trash. Let them talk trash. It'd be better for them to talk trash and you can hear them and talk trash back than you go so long without taking care of yourself and now you can't even talk, or you're not accessible to talk, or you're dead, or something happens and you didn't take care of yourself because you were too busy worried about the opinions of other people and what they're going to say and what you're going to be labeled at. You know what? Forget them. I try not to curse on this show, so I'm really controlling my vocabulary there and using other words, because it's true. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's like I said in one of my podcasts, in Bronx Tale, when he was saying, you think he cares? Nobody cares. People are not gonna come. Nobody. They go home. They don't think about you. And I guarantee you, if the shoe was on the other foot, they're gonna call medical. They're gonna say, hey, you know what? I'm not feeling well. I stubbed my toe, and because I stubbed my toe, now my nose is running. I got a headache, so I got COVID, and they don't even got it. There's a difference between people that are actually concerned and sick, and they don't take time off like that, and they don't do certain things, and they're at work, or they're doing what they got to do, than people that are looking for any excuse not to do what they have to do. And you can relate that to life itself. You can relate that to how people are in life, period. Some people make excuses. Other people make it happen. Some people worry too much and they let other people dictate their outcome, and then get mad when they don't get what they want, or they're not where they need to be because, I let this person. No, you allowed the opinions of others to dictate how you move and how you act. And you got to live your life. And you got to take care of yourself. And you got to do things for yourself, because guess what? Nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody's going to sit here and do it for you. This is all about you. You got to take care of yourself before anybody else takes care of you. There's no greater love than self-love. Right? There's nobody out there that's going to do for you like you do for yourself. And once you as a person realize that, then you're going to be a lot better. Like me, I had to really realize that I don't give a damn about what those people think. If my coworkers want to sit there and, behind my back say, he just wanted some time off, so he said he was sick, then okay, fine. Say what you want. You ain't going to say it in my face. So you can talk all that trash you want to talk. behind my back, that's all good. And I know something like, damn, Frank, why you going in like that? I'm not saying that people are. I'm just speaking the facts. Like, I actually, no crap, sat here, had to debate with myself and text my supervisor and have a conversation with him about whether or not I should call medical when I knew I wasn't feeling well. Because I didn't want to be labeled one of those people. It's crazy. Crazy. So when I'm sitting here driving back from Portsmouth from getting checked, and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, why was I even caring? The Navy's not forever. We all got an expiration date. Hell, mine is September 21 if I don't get promoted in June. So why do I care? I done paid my dues. You know, I should have been more selfish. The minute I got sick, I should have said, you know what, I'm not feeling well. I got to go. But I didn't. And, you know, hopefully it's nothing, and it may not be nothing. Obviously, I'm sitting here recording. Hopefully, you know. But, you know, when you sit there and you survived other things and you have other issues that put you at high risk, why should I care about what anybody else is going to say? I shouldn't. So the message is simple. Stop caring about other people's opinions. Be happy. Live your life. Do what you have to do. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Nobody else is going to do it for you. And the people that are talking there, who are they? They don't matter. They don't matter. You know, as long as you're there for your family and your family needs you, and you're there for your people that love you and care and your friends that matter, yeah, the rest of that, man, forget it. Bump that. It doesn't matter. So stop worrying about the opinions of others. You know, whoever needs to hear this, listen to it. Because at the end of the day, we worry about what other people say, we're going to miss out on opportunities. We're not going to take care of ourselves. Things are going to happen. And at the end of the day, we have nobody else to blame but ourselves. So that's just my episode for this week. The opinions of others does not matter. Live your life. Take care of yourself. Always do right by you. And God bless.